Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny. So today I'm going to be talking about the brand Antonym Cosmetics. Now this is a brand that I have been very curious about for quite a while. I tried a sample of their blush I don't know, 6 months ago, and I really enjoyed it. It's in the shade Lily, and I don't have that sample anymore, so I'm not going to be featuring that shade in this video. But anyway, I tried it a while back, and I really enjoyed it. So just because of that blush, I've been very curious about this brand for quite a while, but honestly, I haven't had the money to be spending to try it, so I did reach out to the brand, and they very, very kindly agreed to send me over some products so I could try them out, share my thoughts with you guys, and create this video. It's not sponsored, but I just wanted to let you know that they did send me these products, and as always, I'm gonna keep things completely honest. What's the point in lying? I'm gonna be telling you all of my thoughts on these. And yeah, also I know the background's a little bit different. Let me know if you guys prefer just the plain background. Normally I just have a background paper that I use. Let me know if you prefer that or if you don't mind the door. I don't know, I feel like it's a little distracting in the background, but I'm honestly using this background today because of natural lighting. So we're going with this. So let's just go ahead. I'm gonna zoom you in close to my face and let's get right to applying this full face of Antonym Cosmetics. Alright, so here we are, all zoomed in and up close. You can see I have so many blemishes right now. So anyway, that's what we're working with. We're going to see how this foundation is going to do. So this foundation is supposed to be a medium to full coverage. It is supposed to be buildable. Now, something that's interesting, I just wanted to show you guys this. So I've only used this one time so far, and as you can see, it almost looks like it's been used quite a bit, but it hasn't. That's just how it is. And this is another shade. And this one I have not used at all, so this is completely what it looks like when it's brand new. As you can see, there's just a little bit of a gap there, so if you receive it and you're like, what the heck, why does it look like it's used? It's not used, that's how it is, but it's still that standard 1 fluid ounce, so I just thought I would let you guys know that. So this says it's supposed to be luxuriously smooth, a long-lasting foundation that blends with your skin for a luminous, shine-free finish. So it's supposed to be luminous and shine-free. So luminous, when I think luminous, sometimes I think kind of dewy, or just looks like it has that glow from within, but then it's supposed to be shine-free, so not matte either. So this sounds to me it's supposed to be kind of like a natural skin finish. That's what I'm thinking, if that makes sense. I have the shade Beige Medium, and then I also have the shade Beige Medium Light. So I think for today I'm going to use the shade Beige Medium, and this is the darker of those shades. So I'm just going to take a pump out. So there it is. So it has it's a pretty creamy formula. It's not super thick, but it's also not watery. Okay, so I'm just going to actually start with a brush. And I feel like I might want to add a little bit more. Maybe I'll add that later, but I'm just going to start with a brush just to see the maximum coverage that I can get with a brush. I'm not really liking how this is looking with a brush, but I have that issue a lot, especially because I do have quite a bit of texture right now, so a lot of things just kind of emphasize that texture. So normally going in with a sponge is definitely the better way to go. So I'm going to use this sponge here on my specific skin right now. Obviously you can see I have a lot of blemishes. I think this is a light coverage right now. Definitely a light coverage. So I'm definitely going to go in with another layer because I want you guys to see how it's going to build, especially for somebody who does have blemishes. Now, if you don't have blemishes, you might find that right off the bat, this is maybe a medium coverage for you, but I don't think that this would be a full coverage, at least not off the bat. It's definitely might be buildable. And definitely going in with a sponge is a way to go. I feel like it is smoothing things out. I actually really like how it looks. Obviously I have a lot of blemishes, so it's probably not the best that it could look, but in general I feel like it does look pretty smoothing. It's definitely not full coverage. Definitely I think this is a medium coverage for me, possibly buildable to full coverage if you don't have as much to cover up. And I do like the finish of this. Now, it's not like super matte. It definitely leaves kind of like a natural finish, velvety, and the fact that it's kind of like smoothing, so it's kind of like that satin in between finish, that like natural skin finish. So I think that it does look really pretty. I'm going to use their baked foundation. Now I have the shade medium beige. And also, look at their packaging. I think their packaging is so pretty. I love that it's with wood and it has a little mirror inside. I think it's so pretty. So this is the shade medium beige, which is the one that I'm going to use today. But then I also have the shade light for any of you who are curious. I'm just going to show you that as well. So this is what the shade light looks like. I'm gonna kind of use this like a setting powder for the baked foundation. It says that it provides uniformity, revitalizes, and brightens the complexion while remaining transparent and light on the face. The foundation adapts to all skin tones. So I guess maybe it's supposed to be kind of like a translucent setting powder. I'm not sure if they're like different shades, how that's necessarily supposed to adapt to all skin tones. I definitely still think that you would need to choose a shade that's closest to your skin tone. Unfortunately, they do not have a super broad range, but if this is kind of like a translucent setting powder, then I think that can work for more people. So then it says that the baking process turns the foundation cream into a delicately textured powder that blends beautifully with skin for a flawless, radiant complexion with light reflecting properties and multi-hued shades. So it says medium beige is perfect for medium skin tones with beige undertones. So that's what I'm going to use. So it sounds like it's supposed to have kind of like a very light coverage. It's supposed to feel lightweight on the skin. So I'm going to go in with this shade medium beige. I'm going to take this kind of like denser powder brush. If you're curious, this is the Morphe E59. But I'm actually going to kind of just like stipple this onto the skin just for possibly getting a little bit more coverage this way, even though it is still supposed to be like a light coverage. On my acne prone skin, it is looking just ever so slightly a little bit heavy. I think that if I set my face with a setting spray at the end, that will kind of help it look more seamless and just kind of help it sink into the skin better. But right now, just with my acne prone skin, it is looking just a little bit heavy, but honestly, I don't think it's looking overly heavy, but I just thought I would note that if you do have acne prone skin like me. The next thing I'm going to go into is their baked bronzer and highlighter duo Sunkisses. So this is what this looks like. Unfortunately, it did break a little bit when it was shipping, but I do really like the packaging. I think it's just so pretty. So we have the bronzer shade right here and then the highlighter shade right here. So I really like the tone of this. I think that this is a really nice tone, and I feel like it applies pretty smoothly. Also, I want to note something about the foundation a little bit more now that it's been on my skin for a little bit longer. I do have a lot of texture going on right now, and it's definitely showing. However, I honestly think that most foundations would show the texture. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is when you have a lot of texture or quite a bit of blemishes. So that is something I'm noticing right now. I mean, I thought it looked a little bit smoothing, but I can definitely see like a lot of those little like dots poking through. See, oh, I'm kind of embarrassed to show up close, but yeah, so that's what that's looking like on me. You might not have that issue at all if you have totally like clear skin. That's not something that you're going to have to worry about, but I just wanted to note that in case you have acne prone skin and you're worried about something like showing a lot of texture. But I do like the tone of this bronzer. I think it's really pretty, and I think it applied really nicely and seamlessly. It doesn't look patchy or anything like that, so that's a plus. So I'm also going to use this same bronzer, and I'm going to apply it in the crease for eyeshadow. I'm gonna take this little eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. So this is a matte like navy blue shade, and then we have like a bronzy shimmer shade, a matte white shade, and then a shimmery peach shade right there. Alright, so then I know this is kind of random, I probably should have done concealer earlier, but I think it works well since I just did the eyeshadow, so I can kind of clean everything up. I'm going to use concealer now. They don't have a concealer, so I'm going to use the Ilia Beauty True Skin Serum Concealer. I have this in the shade Suma Essie 1.5, so I'm just going to kind of conceal the under eyes, and then also kind of clean up any like excess eyeshadow. I have their eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade Blonde. So it has a little spoolie on this side, which I really appreciate. I always love it when an eyebrow product comes with a spoolie built on the product. Also, something that's cool about Antonym is that they have a built-in sharpener, so that's really nice. And then, of course, we have the pencil. So this is what the shade Blonde looks like, and this is literally just kind of like the form of like an eyeliner. So I'm just going to kind of try to draw in those individual hairs. So I think that shade works really well for me. Normally I go for a taupe shade, so if you also normally go for a taupe shade, I think that this shade might work for you. Overall, that was easy to use. I really like that it has that spoolie with it and also the sharpener. Alright, so now I'm going to apply blush. I'm going to use their highlighting blush, and this is in the shade Cheek Crush. So here is what this shade looks like. Really, really pretty shade. I'm just going to kind of swatch this for you. So I feel like it's definitely very like highlighting. Now I don't want to apply it too much because it's a highlighting blush, so I really don't want it to emphasize all that texture even more. So I'm going to try to go light-handed with this, but this is definitely a highlighting blush. I do really like highlighting blushes in general because I think that they're super pretty and give like the skin a very like lit from within and glowy luminous look, and I do really like that. However, definitely not the kind of blush I want to go for when I have all this acne going on, just because it really emphasizes that texture. Like you can tell, yeah, it's not the best look to have it emphasizing that texture so much, but if you don't have that, you're not going to have that issue if you like that luminous look. I think that you will really like these. They're gorgeous. I absolutely love the shade Lily. I loved that sample. It's such a pretty shade. It's almost like a mauve-y shade, I think, if I'm remembering right, but it's so gorgeous. I do think that these blushes are really pretty, but definitely keep in mind it's a highlighting blush, so if you don't want something that's going to emphasize a texture, this probably isn't a blush that you're going to want to go for, but it is a really gorgeous blush. Then I also have a highlighter from them. So this is their highlighter in the shade Endless Summer. Here is what this looks like. It looks like a very subtle highlighter, and I feel like it has a bit of like peachiness to it. I'm just going to apply a little bit to the tops of the cheekbones. Also, it does kick up a lot of powder. I don't know if you can see that, but it does kick up a lot of powder, but I don't really find that to be an issue. I just tap it off. So I'm just going to add a little bit. I don't want to overdo it because of that texture, but I feel like this one is actually quite subtle, which if you like a subtle highlighter, this might be one that you would want to check out because it's definitely not like overly glowy. There is also that highlighter from the Baked Bronzer and Highlighter Duo Sunkisses. So there's this highlighter right here. I'm going to swatch this for you as well. So here's this highlighter. I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely has like little like flecks of glitter in it. Alright, so now I'm going to apply their mascara. This is called the Lola Lash 2 mascara. This is what the bottle looks like. It's actually a pretty big tube. Here is the actual applicator. It kind of has that like, it like starts off larger and then tapers to a smaller point. So it says Antonym Lola Lash 2 adds volume and length to the lashes while remaining creamy and soft. The advanced formula is based on emollient, nourishing, and moisturizing ingredients such as shea butter and vitamin E. Beeswax and carnauba build volume, while sweet almond oil promotes lash growth. A new wand design separates lashes with precision for a dramatic look. I think that did a nice job at lengthening the eyelashes and it's not looking clumpy, so I like that. I feel like it's smudging just a little bit, but I probably just needed to set that under eye area. I should have done that. I totally forgot to use their eyeliner, but I also have one of their eyeliner pencils in the shade brown, which I personally really like to have a brown eyeliner. It's just something a little bit different than that black eyeliner, especially I have blonde hair and blue eyes, so brown is just a little bit less harsh. But that's what that looks like if you guys are curious. This is their brown eyeliner. I just swatched right on top of that highlighter swatch, or that blush swatch. Let me swatch that where I didn't swatch something else. Okay, so there it is again. And again, this comes with a sharpener, so that's really nice. Then the last thing is lips. This is one of their lip products in the shade Coral. Kind of looks like a big pencil. All right, so this is the shade Pinkish. The shade Pinkish also has like a little bit of like a radiance to it, which I think is really pretty. I might want to apply a lip balm before applying it because I feel like it almost like dries down a little bit, but it's not like overly drying. All right, so this is the completed look. I do think that it looks really pretty. I definitely like how it came together. I really like this bronzy eyeshadow shade. It's so gorgeous. I definitely think that I'm going to be using that one a lot. I think it's great for summer, but I also think that it's great for fall. I think it's so pretty. It's just a very wearable shade, and I feel like it can be worn just year round. I think it's super pretty. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this and found it helpful. Definitely let me know if you guys have tried anything from this brand. I'd love to know your thoughts, or if you haven't tried this brand, I'd love to know which products you're the most interested in trying. And as always, if you guys do have any questions, if I left anything out that you're curious about in this video, definitely feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below, or of course you can DM me on Instagram if you feel more comfortable doing that. It's my Instagram name is Routine Beauty with 3 Ys. If you guys enjoyed this video at any point, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you do want to continue to see more content from me, I would love if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it when I post new videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all for my next video. Bye guys.